Well, right now for the Spurs, they've established themselves as a legit team this year, but you can tell they want to get higher up in the standings if possible, and specifically securing home court advantage for the first round.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie at the 4-man position. And for the Timberwolves, Randall and Gobert are in the middle. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
Now here's Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. Three-pointer, no good. Vassell against Edwards. Vassell's shot is good.
And Vassell can get that shot anytime he wants.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and Coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. And just over a minute played here to start the game. From deep, Wembanyama. McDaniels with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
For 3, Randall. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
If you're a defender, your job is to make life hard on an excellent shooter. Great defense there.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Fox for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Boy, they're slow to get it going here tonight. Just 1 for 4 to start.
Randall, the pass to Gobert. Randall outside. Randall draws the double. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards over Castle. Edwards can't hit. San Antonio's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Vassell finds Fox. Here's Champagnie. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Outside for Wembanyama. Off target from three-point range.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Picked by Gobert. Takes a 3. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, one of the best in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Castle outside. Vassell passes to Champagnie. Castle outside. Fox feeling it out a bit. To stop the drought. Good.
The sweet stroke of Fox. Lefties always make it look so good.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. DiVincenzo with it. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Vassell against McDaniels. And Gobert with the stuff.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
Fox outside. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Randall. 27 points his last game. He gets it in there.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
Wembanyama screen. Fox, shot from the low post is good. Fox has got 6 points. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Outside McDaniels. 4-3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Yeah, McDaniels really trying to become consistent with that jump shot.
And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship doors.
Boy, B.A., that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
Now here's Randall. And you look at his numbers, just over 21 a game. DiVincenzo, the pass to Randall. Outside McDaniels. Picked by Gobert. 5 on the clock. Gobert. It's good on the putback.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Vassell passes to Wembanyama. From outside, off the mark. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. Outside Edwards. To the paint. Outside McDaniels. Fires from deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got his second basket.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Three-pointer, Fox. San Antonio again missing. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 16-6 run. McDaniels passes to Randall. The kick out to Edwards. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Spurs trail by 8. Here's Castle. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And with this kind of vision, we could see the assist numbers go sky high for Wembanyama.
Outside Edwards. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Well, we know this guy is always a threat offensively. You can't lose sight of him.
Pass to Champagny. Wembanyama screen. Box for 3. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
I'll tell you clearly, this guy has found his rhythm. He's attacking with confidence early.
It's Edwards on the wing. Now here's Gobert. And here's Randall from behind the arc. Hits the trifecta. Randall's got 5 points.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. DeSumo comes in for DiVincenzo. San Antonio also making some changes. Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. And it's Harper in for Castle. Here's Fox. He's got 9. Pass to Harper. Now Wembanyama, defended by Gobert. Here's Harper. Shot clock at 6. Here's Champagny. That three's off the mark.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Left side, Edwards. Pass to DeSumo from the arc. The rebound by the Spurs. Last time they met in San Antonio.
Last time these teams met, it came down to the wire. The bench play in that game was the difference.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
Oh, wow! Incredible! Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Minnesota leading by 6. Now here's Edwards. Looking at his scoring efficiency, he's averaging around 29 a game. McDaniels passes to Reed. Count the basket.
Just a little bit of tenacity from Naz Reid inside. Challenge the bucket, no problem.
Doris, something everybody likes about Naz Reid is his energy. It's infectious.
This is why the fans love him. And what I admire most about Naz, yes, he's been effective off the bench. He's been able to fit into any lineup. Every year the coaching staff comes in and says, I'm not sure where he fits, and Naz finds a way to carve out a role. Big jelly in the house.
Nails it from beyond the arc. And now an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Right side, Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Wembanyama's gotten his second bucket. The Timberwolves lead by 9. DeSumo outside. McDaniels passes to Reed. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for Minnesota. Randall comes in for Gobert, and it's Highland in for Anthony Edwards. San Antonio also making some changes. Hornets checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Keldon Johnson comes in for Champagnie, and Castle subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. And that one falls for Reed, finding the strength and the legs to finish the season strong. How difficult is that to do?
Yeah, I think this is where, BA, you need your leaders and those veterans to guide the young players along, to encourage them to eat right, to get their rest, to take care of themselves mentally as well as physically.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
Pass to Randall. Here's the teardrop. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Johnson. Uses the glass on the layup.
I love the competitive edge Johnson plays with. Scoring on the D with tenacity.
Over to the wing. Here's Randall. Lays it up and banks it in. Randall's got 9 points.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Castle for 3. And can't connect on that one. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. Minnesota leading by 12. Clark outside. Back to Reed. Randall right side. Randall draws the double. Pass to Highland. Let's go with a 3. Pure from three-point range.
Wow, Bones Highland cashing in from range. You'd love to see that.
And here's Castle. 15 in his last outing. Inside. Stolen by Reed. And so it's Minnesota up 15 points as this quarter concludes. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves. What do you think, guys?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Johnson and Barnes, your small and power forwards. Stephon Castle is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the center, filling out the middle. Harper passes to Cornette. San Antonio moving the ball around. Good on the bucket.
Johnson gives them a huge lift when he's creating for his teammates. It takes their offense up a notch.
The Timberwolves lead by 16. Now Randall. Outside Reed. Puts up a three. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got his third assist of the night.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Cornette. Now Castle. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Castle's got 6.
Yeah, and for a guard, Castle loves to take his game in deep and challenge those bigger defenders.
Highland, the pass to Reed. Dosunmu outside. Reed, good. Reed's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Outside Johnson. From downtown. Randall pulls down the board.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Dosunmu, the pass to Randall. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, that's Randall working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And the Spurs making a change here. Vassell's checked in. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Victor Wembanyama.
And I think the grind of the season has caught up to him a little. You can see it in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a dive. He appears to be wearing down. Maybe he can get his legs back under him today.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Harper. And counted from 12 feet. Here's Highland. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver. Dosunmu outside. Left side Reed. It's tipped. Up top Castle. He's guarded by Highland. Pass to Harper. Back to Castle. Vassell with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland. Clock at 4. Stolen by Reed. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Technology is key for NBA growth. Commissioner Silver said we can now see where we lose viewers. For example, stoppages for replays. One way around that is creating technology that can instantaneously make objective calls like out of bounds. And in doing so, create a better pace to the game. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Harper passes to Cornette. Here's Vassell. Clark covers. That's tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Castle. And during the last month's worth of play, here are the top rebounding squads in the league. The Spurs, second.
And last month, this team was active on the glass. Really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
Edwards, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. San Antonio also making some changes. Olynyk comes in for Cornette, and De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Harper. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Now here's Highland. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Fires for three. Reed for three. Barnes with the rebound. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Spurs. Trailing by 19. Fox outside. Castle outside. For three, Vassell. San Antonio again can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Randall, the pass to Highland. Book it, and it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 4 assists now tonight.
They're unafraid to let it rip from downtown, extending their lead.
Highland against Fox. Six to shoot. And he banks in the layup. Fox has got 11 points.
There's a bit of the explosiveness from Fox. Really tough to contain there around the rim.
Highland, the pass to Randall. An easy 2 on the layup. He's got 13.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pass to Castle. Screen by Olynyk. And the basket by Castle. Castle's gotten 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
Randall, the pass to Dosunmu. To the left wing. Outside for Randall. Rebound San Antonio.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Highland against Fox. Pass to Vassell. Over Reed. Edwards pulls it in.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
Reed finds Highland. Outside Edwards. Here's the 3. And the three-pointer goes. Edwards has got his second bucket of the night.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's DiVincenzo in for Highland. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Olynyk. And it's Harper in for Castle. Pass to Harper. Vassell outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. Vassell's got 5 points.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Randall against Barnes. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, B.A., you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
No good on that one.
Julius Randle has been a consistent producer in this league for a long time. This guy, an absolute matchup nightmare.
And he sinks the second.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Fox finds Wembanyama. Six on the shot clock. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
For 3, Randle. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
The 3 from Barnes. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
To the left side wing.
Hey, yo, right here.
Barnes against Randle. Shoots over Barnes. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
Back to Fox. Vassell passes to Wembanyama. Over Gobert. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
Now here's Randle. Defense right on him. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
With great mobility in the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
Outside Edwards. Back to Randle. Pass to Gobert. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Fox against DiVincenzo. It's blocked. To the middle. Here's Randle. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
You know, I don't care how close you are to the cup. If Wemby is lurking, you got to do something else. This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. And here's McDaniels. This one for 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. Vassell outside. Pass to Harper. 1:42 left in the second period. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the night. Reed's checked in for Julius Randle. Champagnie, he's checked in for San Antonio. Castle comes in for Fox.
What's up?
And there's 1:38 left in the first half. Outside, DiVincenzo. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Yeah, and Wemby makes it look so easy. If he's anywhere near you, don't even try to score.
Fox is checked in for San Antonio. The Timberwolves lead by 15. Clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. McDaniels from long range. Missed it. 3 for 6 now.
He started the game scorching the Nets from deep. 3 triples in the first period, but none here in the second.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside McDaniels. Outside Reed. To win the cold spell. And he knocks the jumper down. Reed's got 7 points for the quarter.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Fox outside. 36 seconds left in the first half. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
They're really working the paint now.
Outside McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Wembanyama against Gobert. Outside Reed. Pass to DiVincenzo. Takes the three, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Always assertive off the catch. Dante doesn't give the defender time to react.
And here's Fox. Wembanyama, screen on DiVincenzo. Champagnie, that's good. Champagnie's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And we finished off one half of play. The T-Wolves on top. They 13. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Oh, why are you asking? I'm a little tired, but, I'm a busy man, Ernie. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. Like, what's going on? I'm ready. What are we doing here?
We're on now, but don't worry about it. You can sleep behind the desk. Nobody will even notice you're gone. Hey, get him a pillow.
Come on, fellas. We got a job to do. Take it a little seriously, would you?
Bring me a pillow, too.
Moving on now to the first half of play. And how about Julius Randle's contribution?
Randle's rise has been impressive, from role player to budding star. And tonight he's putting on this entire arsenal that he's displayed is impressive.
Yeah, he stepped it up, that's for sure. Love seeing his hard work pay off.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Julius Randle has been sensational.
Yeah, in the first half, he taught a class on how to make your teammates look good.
Doing such a great job of orchestrating this offense. I love the way he has been in complete command of the offense.
The Timberwolves lead by 13. McDaniels at the 3 with Randle at the 4. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Back to DiVincenzo from deep. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Spurs trail by 13. Fox the pass to Champagnie, and stolen by Edwards. Down low. Here's Gobert. Strong finish by Gobert.
That vertical threat that is Rudy Gobert. What a ferocious finish at the rim.
Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Doris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric, but beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
De'Aaron Fox really is your do-it-all kind of point guard. Just such a valuable player for this franchise.
These are his first free throws of the game. That free throw misses.
And looking at Fox, a microwave scorer and Tasmanian devil running up and down the floor. A fun player to watch.
Good on the second one. Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Outside, DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. And the layup is good off the glass. Randall's got 21.
Now, Julius Randle, once he starts percolating, is a dangerous offensive player.
Here's Vassell. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Outside Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Shot clock at 6. No problems knocking that one down. McDaniel's got 11 points.
You love the start to the second half. 3 for 4. Can they keep it going?
Castle outside. Pass to Champagny. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Outside McDaniels. Now here's Randall. The three. The shot off that time. To the inside. The ball's knocked loose. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Pass to Castle. Three-pointer, Fox. Fox, that smooth lefty shot.
I like it. Setting up Fox that time, getting him something in rhythm.
Minnesota leading by 13. DiVincenzo, the pass to Randall. Outside McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And with the pause here, let's take a look at some guys who have been on fire. It's the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. In the third spot, Anthony Edwards.
He's proven to be an essential part of their offensive efforts, always playing hard on that end and ensuring they come up with points.
McDaniels from long range. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Castle against DiVincenzo. Oh, a great flush from Wemby.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Outside, DiVincenzo. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Just 5 on the clock. Edwards. Inside, Edwards lays it in.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window and exploits it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it." And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball. Brian, back to you.
He's taken over. Okay, Allie, good stuff.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
They get it again. Wow, that wiry strength of Wembanyama.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Now McDaniels. Back to Randall. They double Randall. It's Edwards on the wing. He's guarded by Castle. Shot is good by Edwards.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Fox against DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Pass to Champagnie. On the wing, Fox. DiVincenzo covering. Banked it in off the glass. Fox has got 6 in the quarter.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Edwards. Now Gobert. Give him 8 points now. Outside, DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. He drops it from range. Edwards got 12 points here in the second half.
Spacing the floor. That's his 3rd triple of the game and his 2nd in this half.
To the paint. Here's Vassell. No good that time. McDaniels with some nice D. Randall finds DiVincenzo. McDaniels against Vassell. And here's Edwards outside. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. San Antonio's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. Outside Barnes. Right side Wembanyama. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wembanyama's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Randall outside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. They'll pin that one on Harrison Barnes. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
First one falls. And Randall drops them both. The Spurs have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this 3rd quarter. Out left to the wing. Here's Wembanyama. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Castle against Edwards. Soft touch off the glass. Edwards has got 22.
Whoa, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Doris, what's amazing about Ant-Man, he's worked to become an elite floor spacer.
The reason that's important, BA, is because we know what a dangerous driver and what a force at the rim Anthony Edwards can be. What I love is he's worked to become a legit threat, and he leaned heavily into that three-point game. So important in the modern NBA.
And Edwards slams it in.
Every aspect of Anthony Edwards' game is on display. This guy has been cooking from the outset.
Fox against DiVincenzo. Inside. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Naz Reid's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Julius Randle. DeSumo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo. Free throw good, Wembanyama.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket.
Edwards looking for an opening. Pass to Highland. The three. And he recovers it. Back to Edwards. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Well, you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Outside Wembanyama. Six to shoot. And it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
A dominant quarter, but he needs some help.
Here's DeSumo. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Edwards. Launches it. Knocks down the long J.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Wembanyama with it. 19 points in the game. Oh, they find the hot hand. You can count it. He's 10 for 14 now.
This guy's been impressive this quarter, putting his team on his back.
Edwards for three. Offensive rebound.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
And Wembanyama missing. The Timberwolves lead by 22. Pass to DeSumo. And here's Reid. He's guarded by Castle. Barnes against Anderson. DeSumo on the wing. He takes it in. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. DeSumo's gotten his first basket of the night. And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Ingles, he's checked in for Anderson. And Clark has subbed in for Anthony Edwards. San Antonio also making some changes. Cornette's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Keldon Johnson comes in for Champagnie. And it's Harper in for De'Aaron Fox. Minute 32 left in the third quarter. Pass to Harper. Here's Johnson. Over Clark. Rebound by Ingles. Minnesota shooting continues to impress. 65% from the field. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
Here's Harper. Give him 8 points now. Here's Johnson, and the layup falls. Johnson's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Reed for three. The rebound by the Spurs. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Castle. There's a screen by Johnson. Castle outside. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Boy, that's exactly the look you're working toward, right at the rim.
Outside, Highland. Clark outside. Fires in the triple. Clark's got 6.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota, torching the Nets, hitting 4 from distance that quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. At the forward slots, it's Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Oh, ball movement creating a great look. Every coach loves this.
Outside Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Boy, he may not be the biggest center in this league, but big-time athleticism on display.
They set a pick. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, Fox is going off. I mean, he's gotten the ball on offense, and he's been relentless.
Highland, the pass to Randall. Randall draws the double. And here's Clark for 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Spurs shooting an amazing 61%. Looking confident. Vassell, a screen on Highland. Fox up top. He's guarded by Highland. Fox against Highland. Fox, that's good. Fox has got 28 points for the game.
Can't lose sight of Fox or allow him to feel comfortable looking to score this close.
Clark with a screen on Fox. Pass to Clark. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound San Antonio. Barnes finds Fox. A lot of people think the NBA has never been better, Doris. What's your favorite thing about the league right now?
BA, you can't ask me one favorite thing. I mean, these players are at the most skilled I've ever seen them. The tough shot making's ridiculous. The three-point ability off the bounce. Do you know how hard it is what some of these guys are capable of doing nightly? Please. After hitting a couple of threes in the first half, he hasn't had much going from distance.
Chalk up 2 there. Fox has got 30 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Outside Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end. On time and on target with the pass.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. On the wing, Fox. He's guarded by Highland. Vassell outside. Over Clark. And Vassell, the bucket, on the assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They lead by 17. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Shannon's checked in for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards comes in for Highland. San Antonio also making some changes. Olenek's checked in for Cornette. And it's Champagnie in for Barnes. Now here's Dosunmu. Pass to Edwards. Shoots over Harper. Shot is good by Edwards. Edwards got 31.
Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
Oh, swiped away. Randall left side. Reed passes to Randall. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. The rebound by the Spurs. On the wing, Vassell. He's covered by Dosunmu. Harper misses. Minnesota leading by 19. Dosunmu outside. To the middle. Pass to Shannon. Launches a 3. It doesn't go for him. The Spurs have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Harper. The kick to Olynyk for 3. Offensive rebound. Fox outside. Another shot. Here's Champagnie. The 3-ball. San Antonio again can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Dosunmu. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Pass to Harper. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Edwards. And you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, BA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that is going to hold weight with what he says. But your best players have got to also lead by example. Give me both types, BA. Boy, that's his second 3. First of this half, though.
Here's Shannon. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Fox. To the wing on the left. They set the pick. From deep, Harper. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got rebound number 7 tonight. Pass to Edwards. Fires the 3. Drains the triple. Edwards has got 34.
Boy, this isn't the angle that Anthony Edwards favors, but my goodness, can he flat shoot the ball?
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. one falls for him. Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. And you know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Pass to Champagny. Back to Fox. Six on the shot clock. Lets it go from 11. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. And another basket for Minnesota.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Pass to Champagny. Castle for three. Gets the three to fall.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall on the screen. DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Edwards got 39.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Pass to Wembanyama. Over Gobert. And there's Wembanyama. That's good on the assist from Vassell.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
And here's Edwards. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Champagny. And yep, it's good.
What a smart pass from Wembanyama. Already adept at scanning the floor and finding open teammates.
Outside Edwards. There are usually one or two mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize a team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
One shot.
And it's San Antonio's ball. Down low, Champagny takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Doesn't get much easier than that. That is nice work.
And so Randall will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Randall outside. Back to Daniels. Clock is at 3. And it's off from three-point range.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Yes, sir, with the 3.
Always ready and willing to fire Vassell from the corner.
The Timberwolves lead by 18. Outside Edwards. Now DiVincenzo takes a 3. Wembanyama rips down the board.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from him, right? Excellence at the foul line.
A minute 58 left in the game. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Fox. Gobert pulls it down. The Timberwolves lead by 18. Outside DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. And Doris, you think about the top scorers in this league. They're creating those points with greater efficiency than in decades past.
Analytics is increasingly a part of the NBA. Teams are now understanding that 3 is more than 2, and if you don't make enough of them, you have a math problem. And then the other highly valued shots in the game, and maybe the most valued shots, are restricted area 2s. Listen, let's be smart about the game.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Timberwolves.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And certainly a point of pride. They've now won 50 games this year.
And they end up winning the season series. Always feels good to have that upper hand over an opponent.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Anthony Edwards.
Boy, it's not just the scoring he gave them. It was the efficiency with which he did it.
And here's Randall. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.